Hey guys, it is me, Jacqueline. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a book unboxing. If you saw my last video, I did mention the fact that I had ordered some books and they have finally arrived in the mail, so I will definitely be unboxing it today. I also have a few other ARCs and books to mention, so I will start on those and then we will unbox the big one together. So let's get right on into this haul and let me know if any books you see in this video you would want me to read and review. First two books I was sent from Page Street Publishing, and the first is called Far From Normal. It is from Becky Wallace, and this is a YA contemporary. It says she's a walking disaster. He leaves heartbreak everywhere he goes. What could go wrong? And this is already out. It came out May 5th of this year, so I will actually be bringing this down the shore with me. This will become a beach read for me. The next book we have is called The Puppet Master's Apprentice, and this is from Lisa DeSelm. I love this cover. I don't know why it's so eye-catching to me, but this is actually blurbed as being Frankenstein meets Pinocchio, because our character is obviously the apprentice to the puppet master, and she has to create a wooden assassin for the tyrant of her country. So I'm very interested in this. It's a YA fantasy, and this comes out on October 13th of this year. So I will definitely be reading this soon and getting my thoughts out there. I have a bunch of ARCs that I do want to read, so I think I'm going to do like a whole reading vlog of just a ton of the e-ARCs I have and physical ARCs I got, and just kind of read and review them in one huge vlog. So let me know if you guys would like that. I can start doing more of a series where I talk about like upcoming releases and vlog my experience and then review them as well. Now we moved on to the big box, so I'm just going to use a random hair clip I found on the ground. I think I do this every single book unboxing I do. I just find random things to open up the box instead of actual scissors, which would probably make my life easier, but I always have to be difficult. So if you watched my last video, I did talk about the fact that I really want to do a mermaid slash siren book recommendation video. So I've accumulated a few more. I do have some in my collection, but I'm really excited for all of these. Mermaids are some of my favorite things to read about, but also I just feel like it's summertime, the beach, everything. I just love this entire aesthetic. So the first one that we have is A Song Below Water, and this is from Bethany C. Morrow, and yet again, this is all about black mermaids. We have a sister dynamic in here, and we just follow our characters. I don't know specifically what exactly happens in this story, but I do know it does hit on themes of racism and sexism. So I am really looking forward to this one. I think this cover is absolutely stunning, and look at the spine. I'm finally going to have like a bright yellow book alongside the other yellow ones in my rainbow, because I'm definitely adding this to that shelf. So this one I cannot wait to read. I might do a reading vlog like of me reading all of the mermaid books, but I am uncertain yet. So let me know if you guys want to see that, or you just want to see the book recommendation video. So the next book I have, I actually saw Heather, which is Aphrodite Reads, here on BookTube and Twitter. I'll leave her information down below, but she tweeted out this cover, and yet again, just because I have been wanting to read mermaid siren books and I saw this cover and immediately was like, I want that in my collection, I picked it up. So this is called The Mermaid Moon, and this is from Suzanne Kukal, and this is a Little Mermaid retelling. I have a ton of those. The next two I'll mention are actually mermaid retellings, but this is such a beautiful book, like absolutely gorgeous. Also, when you take the dust jacket off, like insanely beautiful. It did come a little ripped. I don't care, I'm just gonna tape her, but she is so nice. And this is like a heavy weighted book, because not gonna lie, it was expensive, but I'm very interested to see how I find it, especially because I have a few other Little Mermaid retellings like this one. This is Lewis O'Neill's The Surface Breaks, and it's a reimagining of The Little Mermaid. So this has been kind of blurbed as a feminist Little Mermaid, and the cover is another one of my favorites. There's something about these mermaid books that I'm like immediately drawn into these covers. Like, I love the fact the mirror is reflective and it's a little cracked, and her hair and all her gadgets and gadgets, and then we have the scales underneath. It is such a beautiful book. So the next one I have is actually a retelling rather than a reimagining, and that is Tequila Kingdom, and this is from Alexandra Christo, and and it says, "I have a heart for every year I have been alive." That blurb, immediately I was like, I need this in my life. I have heard this is like a really cool kind of twist on The Little Mermaid, while the other one I mentioned, even I think the Mermaid Moon is more of like a reimagining. This one is a retelling, so it's completely different, and it says a princess must have her prince. So I can't wait to see exactly what this will be all about as well. I've heard really great things about Tequila Kingdom, so I knew I wanted to include it in my mermaid sirens kind of book recommendation. And then the final mermaid book I picked up is called The Deep, and this is from Rivers Solomon. Now this one is very different compared to the rest. This is a completely different story. It's not a reimagining of The Little Mermaid in any way, shape, or form. In this, we follow mermaids that were actually originally descended from African enslaved people that jumped overboard during the slave trade. So this is going to be a very unique one for me personally. I have heard unbelievable things when it comes to this story, and I see so many booktubers recommend this one. I was kind of surprised by how short this is, but this is one that I will definitely be reading and getting my thoughts out there ASAP. The last 3 books I have are to finish off this top shelf because I really want to get my bookshelf tour out for you guys, and I knew I had to buy these 3 books to kind of finish off the top shelf. So to finish off my Cassandra Clare books, the first one I picked up was Queen of Air and Darkness. This is the 3rd and final book in the Dark Artifices series, which I have yet to read Lord of Shadows, but I absolutely loved Lady Midnight. So I will definitely be rereading the entire series, even City of Bones, which I have not touched that series in years. I really want to just go through the entire sort of Shadowhunters Chronicles, reread them, get my reviews out there, and just kind of have fun because it is one of my favorite like all-time worlds and has some of my ultimate favorite characters. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the trilogy itself wraps up because I absolutely loved Lady Midnight so much. Queen of Air and Darkness is so big, my god. But the last book I picked up to finish off my Cassandra Clare collection is the Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu, the first book, a part of the Eldest Curses series, which is called The Red Scrolls of Magic, and this follows Magnus, Bane, and Alec, and I knew I had to pick this up. I absolutely love Magnus so much, and especially because, like I said, I want to read all of the Shadowhunter Chronicles. This is definitely one I wanted to grab because the second book, a part of this series, is coming out in October or November. Maybe September actually. It's just sometime this fall. The final book is to actually finish off my Sarah J Maas books. So while I don't think I'm going to actually get like the Catwoman book she wrote in physical copy, I just don't really feel a need. If I do want to read it, I would rather just buy it in ebook form and see how I find it from that. But I was missing this one from my Throne of Glass series. So that is Empire of Storms. So this was the 6th book, a part of the series. I can't even remember honestly. So I will also be rereading Throne of Glass, that entire series, and getting my thoughts out on all of the books because I have not read that series in so long. And I remember I absolutely loved like the first 3-4 books. I forget how many I honestly have read. It's been that long. So I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing if it is really worth it, especially now compared to some other books that I've read and ones that I really do love and adore. So these are all the books that I recently picked up this month. Let me know what you guys thought of the ones I picked up and if you're excited for my book recommendations and hopefully some book reviews coming soon. And the next video you'll see from me is definitely my monthly like read wrap up, but I think it's actually going to be more of a vlog. And when I mean a vlog, I just mean it's going to be on my iPhone and it's going to be at my beach house. So it's going to be a completely different location. I hope you guys don't mind that. But let me know what you guys thought of this haul and if you picked up any books yourself this month. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! This is for people that might care, which probably is nobody. But I'm about to finish this shelf, so I'm going to add them. I think this goes here. I'm gonna have to look it up. I think this is here. And I think this obviously is here. Oh my god, it looks so good! We just need to finish the rest of the last hours. And also we have Crescent City to fill and whatever the fuck is happening with Accord and Thorns and Roses, that series, but I'm so happy.